Hello, everyone. This is the Shanley Furman Show live. Welcome back to the Shanley Furman Show on Twitch. I am your host, Shanley Furman, and with me is the dynamical, shiftacular,
New Chelsea.
New Chansey. So, what's this show about? This is the essence of Shanley Furman and New Chansey on Twitch. It's a variety talk show with weekly topics, guests, maybe. If we can have someone to agree to come on.
Episode
So
30 or something like
y-
that. Give it a few episodes.
give it a few episodes. We'll figure it out. All right. Damn it. Damn it. We'll figure it out. So who knows how the nose goes in the Shanley Furman Show live on Twitch? Since we're live now, we don't even know what's gonna happen. So how have you been up to? What have you been up to this past week?
Lots of Splatoon practice. I'm
Splatoon
slowly getting better.
Splatoon practice.
Of course, because the real show time is like when I finally find my own crew of
Right.
three other people to play with and dominate the world circuit.
Oh yeah, right. Dominate the world circuit.
Yeah, but in the meantime, I have to practice to become one of the top 500 players, and then once I become top 500, then I'll slowly work my way to be number one or two.
Hopefully your teammates like one or two.
I mean,
That your
the
whole team
the
stacked.
yeah, but I'm doing ranked, so it's very individual at the moment. So there can only be number one. But other than that, I made a soup yesterday. That was nice. I made cookies a few days earlier, which was also nice. Um, I I literally don't think I've been doing anything else of value other than applying for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where I like want to live in the future, like post
Where am I gonna live in the future? That is a
like
good
where would
question.
I yeah, like where would I want to be like myself and not like I know someone in the area.
Right.
I need to where I as an individual would like to go.
Mm-hmm. Add
Well,
me friend one has said, sup pimp, live in Viet fucking Nam.
ah, good.
Ah,
Okay.
good old, good old Vietnam. They say.
I mean, I don't have the chat up because I like forgot. Um,
But I
you read
mean,
it.
yeah, I read it.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I am able to leave this country. It's more
Mm-hmm.
of like the where would I feel comfortable to just like if I just like let's just say hypothetically I spend the rest of my life by myself. Hypothetically, where would I want to be?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is I don't really know yet.
Is
Everywhere
it?
just kind of
Is it?
sucks.
Is it? Not the where you live now.
Not living where I live now would be great, but I don't feel that specifically anymore because I've been places now.
Right.
Since I've been to a few places, I feel like most of the places I've ended up going were just because I knew someone else there and it made things bearable. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
be able to find a place. I'm like, this is a cool place. I like the place because it's a place, not because I know one person.
So according to add me friend one, cost of living is amazing. Fuck wasting 60% of income on rent.
Honestly, right?
Which
It's
is
just
fair.
like,
Fair.
see, I was mowing the lawn earlier today and I was thinking, unfortunately, became a landlord that I would like want a system where essentially people would like the roommates, like, share the cost of living, right? But basically, I would want enough money from the people so I could like continue to own the property for them to live in, but I would also live in the
Mm-hmm.
property too. So that way, like, I would just only want enough to like make sure things are running well. And that's it. I wouldn't like charge it upwards of $1,000 for a single bedroom, single bathroom place, you know.
Right.
And
Do
it's
you
like,
does this person do you live in Vietnam?
add me
or
friend.
or yeah, are you from Vietnam? Cuz that's pretty cool if you are or if you live there. But yeah,
Maybe it's
I
living
would
in the States.
yeah, that is a concern even with my I guess plans or like things of moving out of my house. It's like, oh, now I have to like actually pay for everything, which is which is something, right? Is well, that's a
Uh,
comment.
yeah, we aren't gonna read that comment. We'll keep that for the stream,
You
for
had to be
the
here
live
to read
the
it.
stream chat.
You had to
Yeah.
be here to read it. Uh,
Anyways,
yeah. What
it's
else
like
you been up to?
the I mean the smoke's been gone for a few days now or a few
Right.
weeks. So I've been outside more. I rode
Oh,
my
okay.
bike. Um, I don't remember why I rode my bike, but yeah, it's pretty much uh same old, same old.
Gotcha. Same old, same old.
Yeah, nothing new.
Nothing
Oh,
new,
I
nothing
might
new.
start. I mean, I can talk about that later. Um, but I might start work figuring out mailing stuff because I turns out I had like $500 left over from my savings account that I didn't know about until I remembered about it when I
Oh,
was trying to
okay.
get the Mario. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like bake cookies and then mail them to people. So I can mail you the Mario game and some cookies.
Wait, which Mario game?
The Mario 3D All Stars.
Oh, yeah.
So you
Hell
can
yeah,
play
that'd be
all.
nice.
I mean, Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's really the only one out of that collection I have not played. I
Yeah,
mean, I
it
guess I
can
never
go.
finished N64 or Mario 64 because I don't know, I just never did. But I did finish Sunshine, so like
Yeah,
that's all I can say about that. Um, but
it's
definitely
straight.
have not played Galaxy.
It's strange. I'm slowly remembering pieces of like interesting things that have happened. Like I just remembered I restored my high school laptop and found some more files on it that I decided to pull. But it was strange, like look at this device that I had for like maybe 2 years, like because I had it when I was in Boston. And it's just like, wow, all these memories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then just only taking the audio files and I wanted, But
Right.
yeah, what are you up to? What have you been up to? I've been talking this whole time. It's almost like it's the new Chansey show.
Well, we got a big comment in the section the comment section. Adenil 1995 says, "In search of followers, primes, and views, come on to bigfollows.com. Oh
Oh,
boy, we could get
I
big follows. Wow, I didn't know.
honestly, yeah, that's great. The more followers you have, the more people that can cancel us.
Bigfollows.com.
Oh
Wow.
no.
Should I actually go to this website?
I mean, if you go, then they'll know that you were there.
That's correct. But yeah, anyways, what have I been up to? Really? You know, I hate to say this, but still being denied of jobs. You know, they
Ooh.
um most of them have some of them have not responded yet. Some of them just have told me, "Hey, no." And but otherwise, yeah, it's been chill with that. I mean, still looking at just various things. Um, Otherwise, what has happened? what important things have happened? I really kind of forget every day is like kind of it's the same fucking day at this point. It's like, oh, is it a routine or is it good that it's a routine or is it bad that it's like so routinely that
It's like
yeah,
there's
you
not
know?
enough difference in a day for you. It like the days as days go by, you know. Um,
Exactly.
man, like
There's significant things every day that happen. It's just it seems like other days every
it's
day's like kind of the same in a way. I've been asked
yeah.
where did you apply? Well, I've applied to like just not even things that have to do really with anything I've studied for or anything that I'm interested in. It's just regular like I don't know hotel jobs or like doorman like
Oh,
at a
you
store
can apply to
retail like stuff like that where I mean I've kind of just this past like couple weeks I started applying to more of the like just retail jobs and stuff like that. So we'll see where that goes, and hopefully that goes somewhere. Shilling for RTX 3090. I mean, we could talk about that, but I mean, I don't have RTX 3090 money, which is what $1,500. No, I don't have $1,500 lying around. So yes, in a way, if you can send me $1,500, I probably will not buy an RTX 3090, but I'll use that money to buy a 3080 and
use
build
it to
a
pay off your college debt.
yeah. I'll buy a new computer with the $1,500 that you sent me, and a new graphics card because I kind of need one. Well, I don't need one, but
Do we need anything in this life?
oh god, do we need anything? Right. Yeah. But that's basically what's been going on. Like, you know, um,
Soon enough, it'll be reach a point where we have this segment. And we're just like, oh, it's same old, and it's like, yeah, same old.
yeah, right. And then that's it. That's the end of the segment.
That's the weekly personal update segment.
It's
Oh,
same mode, same
that's
mode.
yeah, same old. Um, and then it's like only although I guess air quotes interesting. Something that has occurred. I'm just like unsure about is yeah, online dating. We can talk about that when we talk about the Twitter code and social media as well. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, well, let's move on to the
We
first
could talk
topic
about
we
that
have.
first, or which one do you
Yeah,
want to talk about first?
let's talk about the. Let's just go in order.
Okay, great.
We'll split it up. We'll talk about one topic first, and then we'll talk about another topic after music break.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
All right,
We end the
so
show on the fly. That's how this works.
that's how it works. So we do have our first topic. It's kind of a current event. It happened this past week. I mean, both these
Yeah.
topics have, but it's the whole thing where the president said that I don't want to leave peacefully. and and basically, well, I mean, was asked a question, which I mean isn't an unreasonable question. I don't think, and
I mean, I
probably
guess
yeah.
here's the question. What was the question though?
I think from what I remember, the question was like, hey. Uh, whether you win or lose this next election, do you plan to, you know, like
Secede power.
secede power or like change positions, like quit your job
Who?
peacefully.
What?
And then
Who
he
would
was
ask?
like, and then he said, well, you never know.
like here's the thing. Here's the thing. I
Okay.
think that the question itself is the main issue. I mean, other than the fact that the
Mm-hmm.
president gave the response the president would give, right? That's expected, right? But the fact is, who thought in their right mind it would be a good idea to ask? Because if you ask, then it removes the implied, right?
Right.
So basically, the person's like asking, it's like, oh, are you gonna cede power when if you lose the election, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being like, just like letting things run. Like, I mean, no one asked Obama or Reagan or anyone else in the past history of presidents if they were gonna give up the presidency, except for
Right.
maybe Zachary Taylor. Then again, he was poisoned before he became to term. So
I mean, yeah. Basically, no one's been asked. No,
that
the
specific question.
question of like who's coming next hasn't been asked unless like the president has died or whatever. Like
Yeah,
usually they don't talk about or they don't mention. No one thinks about that unless something has already happened or like they get impeached and like, oh, now who's next? You know.
yeah.
So
But then
like,
again, the
yeah,
impeachment
right.
thing happened, and we all saw that failed. Um,
Yeah, right.
that was the government's doing as well. So it's funny that now, yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I
I
mean,
get.
obviously, the president was gonna be like, "Oh, I don't wanna, like, I won't give up peacefully or whatever." Right?
Right.
I guess maybe that's why the question was asked, was to fuel the media, stoke the flames of something.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question was prefaced by like, "Hey, there's like protests and stuff that are happening,
Hmm.
kind of in a way. Well, I mean, in a big
Kind
way
of.
because of you. It's like, well, if you do lose this November, it's like, would you give up your position very, peacefully?" And he kind of said, "I don't know," which is, I guess, like a question. I guess you asked the question that, but in a way, uh, not too many people have needed to question. I
Oh,
think.
oh. So
Like
say they have.
I don't know how many presidents that. I mean, obviously, if you go back, there's many presidents where you can definitely question. I would question if I went back, I would question if they would. But like, I guess in recent, the past like 5 or
The
so,
ones we are alive for, kind of.
yeah, the last couple that we were alive for is like they haven't really either. They served 8. Actually, has everyone served 8? Everyone's served 8.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a
They-
one term in what? Who's the last one term president?
Probably got for Delano.
Like Jimmy Carter or
One
something?
term. Oh, Peanut Man. Oh,
Like who?
there's like, here we go. Um, basically, like there's been a few,
HW.
or HW. He got one term.
Yeah, George HW. All right, let me
Oh
put this
yeah,
on the screen.
Peanut Man, Jimmy Carter.
Okay, so yeah, HW was 4 years, Reagan was 8, Jimmy Carter was also 4, and Gerald Ford obviously after Nixon took over. So like in the past like 40 years there's been what, 2. But in our kind of lifetime, it's been Clinton, Bush, and Obama going 8 each. So that kind of fills up time.
Oh yeah.
And then I guess, well, I mean, I'm like, in a way, you didn't. I guess since they served 2 terms, you didn't have to ask. But if they did ask, I don't remember what happened 8, 10 years ago, 12, or 16 years ago, or whatever. But like,
I mean, for sure, like 16 years ago, 9/11 had to happen then.
Right. So
Maybe that's what it is.
so yeah, I think I it is interesting that there is that question, and for I guess good there is some good reason that they have to question, like, how many people do we have to question that?
Question like whether they would give up peacefully.
Yeah, if they lost the election, because
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Nixon.
yeah, Nixon.
Oh, I'd say for sure Andrew Johnson.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, if we go back in time, I would
Oh yeah,
say
Andrew Jackson is what I meant.
Andrew
Yeah,
Jackson. Yeah, yeah, Andrew
yeah. He
Jackson. There's some people that we know nothing about, and then there's some people that are like, damn, you
we can just see a picture of them and we can tell.
you can tell who fucked up and who's not. I mean,
I mean, technically, they all messed it up because we're in the current state that we are now, aren't we?
right, yeah.
So it goes back to the very source, George Washington. This is all
George
his
Washington.
fault.
It's all George Washington's fault. That's
Yeah. You see, if Washington hadn't been like, I don't know, racist and stuff, if maybe if people weren't racist back then in making these decisions, then maybe we wouldn't be here today. And people argue that things in the past allowed the things for the right now to happen,
right,
but then it's like maybe things right now could be even better.
right. See, look,
Like if I like, it's like you wouldn't be here, and it's like maybe that could be better because there would be the existence that I currently inhibit isn't the same one that would technically inhibit in a better space, and maybe that person is doing better than I'm doing right now. With the can of peaches in front of me, sliced.
can of peaches.
Kroger.
Do we want to talk about
Maybe Joy, maybe Joy Condrict wouldn't exist if people were less racist.
Oh, of
Um,
course. Do you want to talk about our next topic, or should we go to the music break?
music break, and then we go to the next topic.
Okay. So this is the song you added. Okay, so we got two songs coming up for you guys for the music break of the hour. We're gonna first start off with Golf Swing. Golf Swing. Golf Swing by Dan Paladin. Right? Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
And Yabop by Baby Metal. It's two probably different songs back to back. Golf Swing. Halfling Puppeteer says Golf Swing. Yes, Golf Swing. You know what? Yeah, we're just gonna play it. You can maybe tell who did which song. I definitely did Baby Metal. I've just been in that mood this week. I don't know what it is, but I've been watching, like, because I was super obsessed at one point when I was like 15, 16, 17. Like, that was my life back then. But
Mhm.
I kind of, happened across like some old videos, and I was like, huh, I used to really like these guys. You remember that CD? Hell yeah. I gave you a CD or something like that. All right, anyways, let's start with the music break. I'll be here, but we'll be right back in a way. All right, let's start this music. But anyways, we should talk about our next topic: how the Twitter code has been cracked by people with pictures.
Wait,
That
what?
was trending a lot this week.
Really?
You've seen the pictures of like, hey, there's like one white guy face and then one black guy face,
Oh,
and
that.
then like
Oh.
they'll have a gap in between, and it's like, who will pick Twitter's show? Who's gonna?
Okay.
And then people, so well, it was like a serious post, and like, oh, look at this, and then people obviously took that and were
Turned
like,
into a meme.
we're like, who's they gonna choose? This video game or this video game? What's the better one? Twitter algorithm will decide, and it usually matches up left to right. I just want to know anyone's thoughts, everyone's thoughts, your thoughts, your thoughts.
My thoughts are I have to go
Where?
upstairs. I have to go. Bye.
What?
I'm leaving right now.
You're leaving right now? What?
Yep. I have to go do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I mean, I'll come back. I'll be back, but I have to go right now.
Okay. Well,
This is in the Shanley Furman Show. Thanks for tuning in.
okay.
You can follow me on
Meet
Twitter
your
at
mic
Okay.
before you go. Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, I guess it's just me and you guys now. Okay. Well, yeah. What did you guys think about? Did you guys notice that trend? Are any of you on Twitter that often to have seen like that like post or like the subsequent many posts of like, hey, which is Twitter gonna choose? Anyone know what I'm talking about? That means I gotta go find it. I don't know where New Chancey just went. You haven't seen it? Damn. Okay. Well, basically, it was basically to stream it down. It was like a guy putting Twitter's like code and into question. Like, hey, I'm gonna take two pictures. It was like a black dude in a suit and a white guy in a suit, and he was like two pictures at the top and the bottom, and then there's gonna be like space in between them, right? And then it was like, what does the Twitter algorithm? How does the Twitter algorithm like choose what face to put out in the like preview picture, right? So they were trying to showcase that, hey, most of the time they did two pictures side by side, even if the positions were flipped, it mostly always showed the white guy, and he did a lot of things like change the tie color, maybe they're different clothing. I think most of the time he did that, the white dude was put in the preview picture before you expand the whole thing. He was put in the preview picture, and like everyone was like, "What? That's crazy! I didn't know Twitter was. What? That's crazy! Wow." I mean, and then obviously people took that and basically ran with your facial recognition. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So people mentioned that the facial recognition is allegedly more aligned and more white European face, and I mean, it makes sense. Like code and AI and whatnot is well, some people were shocked that was the case, because they're like, oh, it's code based. It's like, is Twitter.com racist? It's like, no, I don't think Twitter.com is racist, but code is still made by people at the end of the day, and those people who make the code and whatever code they write, they still have to define parameters. As far as I know, I don't know too much about it. They still have to define parameters of what is accepted, right? Yeah, it's like it, so in a way, yeah, it's like Twitter.com is not racist for doing that, and I don't. Probably the programmers aren't like, yes, we're going to definitely. This is the agenda. We're gonna only show white faces. This is what we're. This is what the message I want to. I don't think that's the case. It's just like natural, like ingrained, like biases that has just come out into like the code. And I mean, that was like the real discussion, but obviously people took that format and were like, hey, we're gonna use that as like which is the better game or whatever. They like put two games. That's true. It's what happens when, I mean, I don't know what the statistics are of who was behind the creation of like Twitter and what most social media is, but it's like safe to assume that it was like mostly white men who made like, you know, who made this platform possible. And it's just like a product and I guess reflection of how that comes apart. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty interesting, and yeah, I don't think it's intentional, but I do think that it's kind of happened when they pulled up faces to recognize. Yeah, it's like a unintended consequences on how things have been ran at this point throughout life, or throughout like creating of the app and like the code that processes, I guess, the preview pictures. I kind of wanted to talk about. Also, I just watched today. Actually, I just watched that Netflix documentary of. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but it's. I guess it released like a couple days ago. It's The Social Dilemma, I believe. That's what it's called, and it's basically dilemma. How do you spell dilemma? Social dilemma. All right, let me. Okay, it's the social dilemma, right? So this is what it's about. It's basically like, hey, social media isn't all as it seems. It's actually biased and like, yeah. I mean, I think it's a good documentary. I watched it today, and I think it's a good documentary. It didn't. It is. It will be eye opening to people who have never thought or like done any like research about like how things work, how they people, they will companies and whatnot will buy you. You are like the product, and like they'll buy your information and whatnot, and it's like that quick, that easily. If people have not like that if they weren't like told that or taught that or like found that out in a way, I think there's lots of things that people can like learn from this documentary. And like to me, there wasn't anything like mind-blowingly new to me. I felt like they could have condensed it to like 45 minutes, but to, I could probably send this to my mom and she'd be like, "What? This is crazy. I've never heard of any of this." Or like, just like my grandpa or something. I don't know. Like, if I sent this to them, they'd be like, "What? This is crazy." I mean, not that like they're dumb or anything. They're just not. They don't know exactly how some of these processes might work, because I guess just growing up with stuff like social media and social services and easy accessible. I mean, I'm I like my generation, I guess, is like the first. I think the last generation to like. Yeah, it's like you don't know unless you intensely search for this information or told it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're kind of the last generation between like this social media only has only lived with social media in the forefront and dial up, like pre social media internet. Like, I mean, anyone a little bit older than us will have a more significant part of their life where they lived without social media. And but I think it kind of came when, at least when I was like, elementary or middle school, when it really started to like take off. So reminds me of when Mark Zuckerberg was questioned in Congress and someone asked him how Facebook made money. Yeah, they kind of do. Mark Zuckerberg does appear as like his Congress speech appears, and I think he's asked like, "Hey, so like, what can you do?" And he's like, "I don't know." Like, they legit have no idea. Exactly. I think some people just either have never been taught or never know what this is about. And it's like, oh, how does like the idea of like selling information and like ads tailored to you is like not something they lived most their lives without having that done instantly in front of their eyes. That could still be done, and that's still have been done. I mean, like, there's tailored ads. There have been tailored ads before, but not to this, like, not like if I instantly search like, "Hey, I was searching today mechanical keyboards because I wanted a less noisy keyboard because this fucker is noisy." And I was like, maybe I want a less noisy keyboard. And immediately, I looked it up on my phone. I have ad blocker on my computer, but like I looked up on my phone, and like an hour late, not like an hour later, I was on Instagram and I saw an ad for like a mechanical keyboard, and I was like, well, I mean, they're getting faster. That's all I can say. I'm like, it's instant now. It's like, he looked up mechanical keyboards this morning, gonna give him an ad like 30 minutes later. It's like that quick of a turnaround. And I don't think some people just don't notice that that's what's happening, or that's how it is. And if you watch this, they interview people who have like worked in like these big companies, and they'll like kind of explain. They like, "Oh yeah, we didn't know this was gonna happen, but we programmed it anyways." So we're sorry. And and then there's TikTok that measures how many seconds you watch a video. Yeah, they gotta go into TikTok and like like how things spread, fake news and stuff, like how that shit spreads. And how like politics are divided. It's pretty interesting. And it's not too long. It's only an hour and a half. Yeah. I love TikTok and like how uh America or like really the president is trying to ban TikTok and people are like, "Oh, disgusting. We can't they steal our information. China steals our information." Selling data is good money as fuck. It is. The documentary goes into like how you and your habits are like you using social media aren't the customers. You are the products being sold to other people who are trying to make money. Yeah, it's it's only okay when Twitter or Facebook, these good old Silicon Valley American companies steal my information, not TikTok who's owned by China. It's like I can't believe it's like it's too late. It's too late. They already. It's like no, I only hate it when China steals my information, even though every social media steals everyone's information like that and, and targets you. It's like, come on, guys. That's kind of what's funny to me. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about the whole Twitter thing with the bias that's just how it's made. It's like because of people come who have made this has been mostly predominantly white. It's just internal biases just have come up and question of like ethics from watching this. It's like, oh yeah, I knew that, but I'm glad more people can know about what's been going on. But that's kind of it for this topic. So New Chansey has left. I don't know where they went. I really don't know where they went, and I guess what do people want to? There's 6 people. There's a couple people watching this. What do you guys want to talk about something? We can talk about something. Who wants to talk about things? Let's talk about things. We talked about presidents. We talked about Twitter. What is something you guys have in mind? You got a topic? Hit me, Lumi. Lumi Bright Nights. By the way, our sponsor is this sangria that tastes great, but is also Can I join your show on here? Yes, we're gonna have you as a guest one day. Do you have a Discord? We talk on Discord, so we can talk. You want to be a guest? We have to. Yeah, we gotta bring us a topic. Since we are on companies, but yes, be a guest. Message me somewhere on Twitter or something. Since we are on companies that do some fucked up shit, the gaming industry is pretty sus. The gaming industry is pretty sus. What part of it? Which part are we talking about? I mean, yeah. Are we talking about Smash? Because that's I saw a hilarious Smash related post. It was like a picture of a Melee game disc, and it was like only $50 because since the game turned 18, the community doesn't want this game anymore. Where to fucking start? It's more of the community. Exactly, yeah. Hit me up on Discord. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it wasn't like gaming. I did talk about this earlier, but they are. Yeah, okay. Later, I got you. They are coming out. This is a busy year for gaming stuff. I mean, they got the new consoles coming out. in November, and then they're shitting out graphics cards. Excessive monetization. Can you what are we talking here? But yeah, it is a big time for gaming. Excessive pressure on employees to work under crunch. I'm listing bullet points. Okay. What are you talking about? Excessive pressure on employees to work under crunch. I wasn't that the deal with like the Sonic movie? Like like the pressure that they put. I mean, because the how the movie the movie looked so terrible that they were like, "Hey, we need you to redo one of these in like 6 months or something." Yeah, I mean, I assumed that's kind of what happened in like gaming as well, but I wasn't like, I'm not sure. Let's see. Assistant president Antonio. There's also a thing when they revamped it. Yeah. Well, let's talk about excessive monetization. What do you got on that for big name? You mean like microtransactions and stuff, and like, well, I mean, the biggest one would be like sports games where they send out basically the same game. I have been, I do, I have had a bunch of sports games before, but really, how much do they change? 2K and EA, yeah. I mean, like, even if we're kind of on sports games, so it's like, yeah, 2K21 just came out like last this month or something, and it's like, yeah, it or like Madden football always comes out every year. It's like, really, unless they're in between like console generations or whatever, it's usually mainly the same game with roster updates. And it's like, hey, buy this new thing for $60. And I guess, yeah, they add new stuff every year, but is it worth justifying the price tag of like $60? It's like, no. Or like every other battle royale game that's free to play, but sell mad cosmetics to make bank. Right. Okay. It's not as bad as a couple years ago when CN2 standards put some kind of premium currency for optional grind skips. Yeah. Okay. So I think, let me touch on both of these points. I think, um, the the thing Lumi just said, I think that's bullshit. Like, if you really like putting a premium, making someone pay extra than what they already paid to skip like grinding or like optional grind skips, and just put it up as, oh, it's the player's choice. That's bullshit. Star Wars Battle. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember that shit. Um, see, that's kind of like shady. Battle Royale game that's free to play, but sells mad cosmetics to make bank is fair, because if you make the game free to play, that means everyone can play it. Because if you have enough firepower to play it, like Fortnite or something, but cosmetics don't. I mean, probably. I don't know. I'm not too specific. I don't know too much, but like, cosmetics don't usually affect core gameplay. So like I'm fine with like companies doing like Fortnite or whatever, like being free to play, but then you get to have an emote. If you really want this emote, you pay money. Fortnite made $1.8 billion last year. Damn. That blows my mind. Fortnite made 1.8 billion last year. Fall Guys has made more money than The Last of Us 2. That's Among Us has been reaching up into stratosphere levels of like popularity after 2 years of like not being relevant at all. I would say Fortnite would be one of the less horrible predatory mods. Actually, I take that back. Fortnite is currently in a lawsuit with Apple and Google over whatchamacallit, App Store like disputes. But that put that aside. But that too, but also bullying climate in schools. Yes. I mean, can we blame Fortnite for kids being shitty and being like, yeah, you don't have the new Fortnite skin or you're bad at Fortnite? Yeah, you suck. I feel like people get bullied for stuff anyways, and this is just a new outlet. Can you blame Fortnite? Fortnite's a game, and it's like, how much can you blame what the audience or like the players do to, you know? Right, it's like the kids are bullying each other or over this stuff where because they perceive, kids, what else do they got in life that is more important than getting a sweet victory royale? It's like you don't have to pay rent, right? You're probably not working a job. It's like, what else do you do? Victory royale. And I've seen posts, I guess on Twitter, of like parents being like, hey, this kind of is like a toxic environment, and that my kids got bullied for being not having Fortnite, being bad at Fortnite, and not having like stuff in the game for Fortnite. And it's like, well, it. I mean, like, it's because that's like the most popular thing, and that's like what is, like that's what is like important to these kids, and it's basically like currency to them. At least Lootbox's idea got some companies in big trouble. Which companies? I have EA. Oh, what do they do? What happened with EA in Belgium? This stuff is pretty good. Mm. What happened? Um, what was the issue there? Because I know they have like games like this have like random. Well, I like a lot of loot boxes are basically random. Um, Belgium Gambling Commission had to declare loot boxes gambling. Oh, okay. Oh. I have bought loot boxes before. I'm gonna admit it now. I have bought loot boxes before, and you know what? It is gambling because I was like, it made it illegal and it brought EA under a microscope. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Hmm. That is interesting because I mean, in a way, it is gambling. It's like slots or something. Like you put money in, and you might get what you want sometimes. At least you're getting something every time. Like there's no time where loot boxes you just don't get anything, unlike slots where you just might not win. But I can see that being something. Hmm. Where can we buy this sangria? Good, good question. Uh, I don't know. Just check your local liquor store. I went to a Bevmo, and they had many flavors, including like white, rosé, watermelon. Um, this is just classic. It's very sweet. If you don't like sweet stuff, then I would not recommend this. Real talk. This is like very sweet. It's like juice. So in a way, it's dangerous because you can probably drink. I mean, it tastes like alcohol in the end, but like it's not. It's not like wine is a harder hit. This is like comparatively, this is basically juice, and it's like responsibly drink this because you could probably easily drink a lot of these if you didn't like think about how much alcohol this actually is, because it is like 14%, which is pretty high, even if like it's not that much. We stand a good booze juice. Exactly. All right. There was a family that had a kid empty a couple grand out of their savings because of FIFA in the UK. Thankfully, Nintendo refunded them. Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, there should be like a age. There should be like a warning, an age like restriction on using loot boxes and like transactions, stuff like that, to like help with kids not maybe knowing or not doing. There has to be super. That has to be super common because kids have those linked accounts to credit cards. Yeah, well, like once you put in your credit card, then it just might be like, oh, we're forever linked to, like even like my Amazon page. Like if I put something in the card, it's immediately click to buy, and then my card's already in there. It's like, oh shit. It doesn't give you time to think about how much money you might spend. Yeah, it's like it becomes very easy, and like luckily, I'm like an adult now, somewhat. Whatever that means. I'm an adult technically, so I'm like, oh, I have self restraint. It came down to Nintendo doing it. I mean, Nintendo is a family company, so they must like it. Damn, we've been talking about this for a while. Well, anything else we want to talk about? Usually we end in like an hour if New Chansey was actually here, but I don't know where they went. I still don't know where they went. So we could either wrap this up if we don't have too much to talk about. Shit. Or if we just want to chat some more, I'm happy to chat more. We have a decent amount of people watching, which is great. Have you all followed me? Can we talk about your undying love to Sonic the Hedgehog? You see, listen. I did read 25 whole chapters of Sonic High School, and you can almost call me an expert of Sonic fan fictions at this point because I've read 25 chapters of Sonic High School. And I'm currently looking for, since I finished, I don't want to go into the author's other Sonic High School stuff. I do want to go into other types of fan fiction. So if there is, I did yesterday. So yesterday I went on Wattpad. I went on Wattpad and fanfiction.net and I looked through some stuff, and there was lots of K-pop stuff. There's lots of Harry Potter stuff as well. So I'm looking into a couple of those. I read like maybe one chapter each from like the things I found yesterday. But yeah, that's look into creepypastas. Oh god. That could be good. That's kind of basically like fan fiction, right? I mean, certain things. I remember being like creeped out by them when I was like 12. You love a good SCP? Oh, like the monsters. Yeah. Any suggestions? We could I mean, I can look into SCPs. Creepypasta. Yeah, I've SCP-420J. Oh god. Nice. But yeah, I looked at some stuff like that. What else? Anyone want to talk about anything else today? Bad though. Like most creepypastas, there's actually level quality they have to keep. Yeah, I agree. That's what I was finding out yesterday when I was looking at fan fictions. Is like most of them, there aren't like, even if the storylines are like whack, they're not written terribly like Sonic High. Sonic High School is just written terribly because he was clearly like 13 years old when he wrote it. Like, it's just bad. It's just bad, but you know, and the content of what happened was whack. But most like fan fictions that I found yesterday were like, they're written well. I mean, maybe there's some grammatic mistakes here and there, but like things are spelled correctly and like you understand what's happening and the story flows in a natural way. It's just the content is like sometimes whack or like funny or whatever, you know. Or it's like, you and the K-pop star, what are you gonna do? Oh no. What the fuck? I do not want to install a new version of Windows. Fuck off. I just got a notification. Restart to stay up to date. No. I will maybe later. But yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna. I'll call this episode here. We'll call it here. We'll call this episode here. It's been a good amount of time. I do have Baby Metal. Yes. What is the outro song? This has been the Shanley Furman Show live on. Fuck, this is loud. I'm gonna lower this volume, I swear. If this doesn't get out of the fucking way. Oh my god. I don't want to restart my computer now. Yeah, this is the Shanley Furman Show. Fuck, this is loud on Twitch. I've been your host, Shanley Furman. With me was the lovely radical, dramatic, dynamical, shiftacular new Chansey wherever they went. They're in the ether now. If you want to see our archive shows, I have downloaded the previous episodes. I will upload them at some point on my YouTube channel, The Shanley Furman Show on YouTube. I also have old radio shows that I used to do on there and just general stuff on The Shanley Furman Show on YouTube. So check that out. It's spelled the same way as my Twitch channel. Wow, that's consistency, guys. Follow me on my personal Twitter at The Shanley Show, but that's probably how you found me anyways, because I tweet out when I stream. So you probably already follow me, but follow New Chansey here on at It's Italian Food. No, I don't know why it's Italian Food, but it is. So follow us both there. Yeah, I'm gonna let this song play out, I guess. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in this week on the Shanley Furman Show. I really appreciate it. Perfect. It ended. I was wondering when it was going to end. Thank you all for watching. I might stream at some point this week. Maybe I'll stream right after this. I don't know. Just check your Twitters. I might stream. I don't know. Maybe I kind of want to play some Among Us right now. That would be fun. Or Left 4 Dead. Among Us. Maybe. Wait, I might play something after this. Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and and peace out, Girl Scouts. Thank you.